welcome back to the channel. We're going live today on a Wednesday, and in this video we're going over why you want to start flipping and buying mobile homes, or why we flip and buy mobile homes. And one thing that I'm going to show you guys today is 3 questions that you're going to want to ask yourself when you're looking at mobile homes. And the main reason is when I get mobile homes sent to me to purchase for a flip or a rental or a wrap, oftentimes people are like, I don't even know what I'm looking at. It looks like, you know, an RV, 2 RVs were put together with some stairs attached. I have no idea how to comp this. I have no idea what it's worth. And so that's what I kind of want to go over today. And we're going to go over a case study of a couple flips Lauren and I did, what we learned on those flips, and how you can use that in your real estate game and why you should add them to your portfolio. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Yes. Awesome. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and jump into, let me find my video here. Okay. Yeah. So when we're looking at mobile homes, and if you guys have any mobile homes, be sure to send them to me. You can find my links in the description. And if you need help, you know, comping mobile homes, if this video doesn't help you and you need further help, then reach out to me. I'm always down to partner. I'm always down to help out. So there's going to be a few questions you need to find out, you need to ask. Okay. And the first one is it on owned land? Is it on leased land? And you know, what's the difference? And there's a huge difference. Okay. So one is you are going to be paying space rent, so that when you're on leased land, you're going to be paying space rent. So really the value of the mobile home is strictly the mobile home. And I got to be honest, you guys, it's not that much, you know what I mean? So, I'm trying to find my sound bar here. There we go. And so, yeah, let me turn this down just a hair. And when it comes to on owned land, on leased land, you know, it's a huge difference. So you have a mobile home where you own the land, you're not paying any space rent. It may still be in a park. So that's not really the determining factor. The determining factor is, do you own the land underneath your mobile home? And that's really where the value is going to come from. Otherwise, if you just have a mobile home in a leased park, it's usually not going to have that much value, unless you're here in Orange County in San Clemente and you're overlooking the Pacific Ocean and they got mobile homes in the leased park going for, you know, $600,000, which is just insane. And then the space rent is somewhere around $4,000. So I don't know who's doing that. I'd like to meet that person, but it works for some people apparently. And so on the other side, you have mobile home where you own the land, you know, and you have, you know, more value. And so, and we're going to talk about this next, in some instances, you can actually attach the mobile home to the land and then it becomes real property in the eyes of the government, you know? And so that's really when the value starts to hit numbers that you're like, wow, this is how much a mobile home's going for. So that's the first question. Is it on owned land or is it on leased land? And so you need to find that out first, because if you're going to be comparing or finding comps, you're not going to want to take a park from that has owned land and compare it to a park that has leased land. You're just not going to want to do that, because you're going to find one that's, you know, $25,000 and then one that's $225,000. You're going to think this $25,000 one all fixed up is going to be worth $225,000, and you're going to be wrong, and you're going to be sad, and you're going to lose some money. So don't do that. And sometimes the parks are right next to each other, as I'm going to show you here in a little bit. The second question you need to ask yourself when comping mobile homes and dealing with mobile homes is, what year was it built? And you're like, why is that important? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. There was a law that was passed, and it basically stated that any mobile home purchased or created, manufactured after June 15th, 1976 had to be made according to HUD standards, meaning they had the same standards of a stick home. So, and what comes with that is sort of the safety. So anything prior to that isn't considered, I guess, safe by HUD standards. And when you start dealing with these things and you see how flimsy some of them are as you get into the 60s and the 50s, they don't necessarily hold up. But as you get, into the newer years, past 1976, it has some pretty good designs, and they are sturdy, and honestly, some of them last, just as long as a stick home if you take care of them. And so why is that important is because it's going to bring me to my third question you got to ask is, does it have permanent foundation? And a lot of people kind of get confused when they hear about this. It doesn't mean, does it have a slab underneath? It really means there's a company that you hire to come out, and what they do is they put the joists, they put cement around the joists and kind of harness it to the ground, to the actual land. And once that happens, you get a 433A designation, meaning that people can now get traditional funding on this real property. And you can kind of see where I'm going with this. So before, if you're dealing with a property or a mobile home that's built in 1973, you're going to have to get hard money if you're going to want to get it funded, or you're going to have to pay all cash. So right there, your buyer pool goes way down. Whereas on our first mobile home, and this was kind of a complete fluke, because I thought you could just put a permanent foundation on any mobile home and it would raise the value because, more people could get a VA loan, or they could, put FHA in or whatever. It really has to do with the year, because if you put a permanent foundation on a mobile home prior to 1976, it doesn't mean anything. Yeah, it has permanent foundation, but you don't get the 433A designation, which is really what you want when you're flipping and you're going to be reselling. So those are the three questions you need to ask. Is it on owned land or leased land? What year was it built? If it's past 1976, what actual day was it built? And you're going to have to find that out. Does it have permanent foundation? So when you know all those things, you are ready to rock and roll and comp like a champ. So let me just show you a couple things here. Let me show you a couple properties that we did for our first flip. So let's jump into the old compy comp. This is Lion. This is South Lion in Hemet. So we stumbled upon it. It's kind of like a lot of mobile homes. The son inherited it from his parents, and he didn't want to deal with it anymore. So we got it around $60,000, put 40 into it, and then sold it, as you can see, for $220. Now, we ended up putting a permanent foundation on there. We didn't know that, and you can come down here and you can just kind of look on Zillow, that it was built in 1978. We knew it was built in 1978. We didn't know why that was important. So we put the permanent foundation on. We get the 433A designation, and now our buyers used their VA loan. I think it was a VA loan to purchase this property at $220,000. So we made over $100,000 on this, and that's when I was like, okay, mobile homes are good. Me likey mobile home. So, you can kind of see the power of it if you know what to look for. This one turned out really cool. Lauren did a really good job of designing it. And, it's made in 1978, so you're working with what you're working with. But the guys did really good, and people actually really love this one. Now, let's compare it to this other one we did. Same park. We love this park. It's I'm going to tell you what it is. It's Sierra Dawn in Hemet, California. If you come across any of these, I'm your buyer. You guys are probably just going to take my ideas and get rich for yourself, and that's totally fine. That's why I'm making this video. So this one, Let's take a look at the year. So we got this one shortly after, and we're like, oh, okay, yeah, no, let's do the same thing. Let's go ahead and flip it, and let's put a permanent foundation on there, which we ended up doing. Come to find out, it doesn't matter. You're not going to get loan. You're not the buyer's not going to be able to get a loan on this even with the permanent foundation, because you don't get that special designation, and then the lender looks at that and it's like, nope, it was built pre 1976, so it doesn't even matter that it has permanent foundation. And so we were like, okay, great, we just spent $4,000 on this for no reason. But anyway, we still ended up, someone came in and paid cash $205,000 for this one, so still made a good amount. The reason is this was a larger lot. It was on the corner. It was next to the clubhouse. And this community is a 55 plus community. So you got to get into the mind of these buyers, the 55 plus buyers. But we love this park. We absolutely love this park. And so we're constantly looking for deals in and around this park. But let's go ahead and dive into PropStream. And let me show you something here. This is something that's really cool. So PropStream, I mean, you can look it up. If you don't know what it is, this is how I kind of find all my deals, all the prospects to start reaching out to. It's on PropStream. And so what you do is you'll go, okay, I want something off market. So no, I don't. MLS status, not on market. And you can come right in here and type mobile home. Okay, I'm using just my laptop, so it's all small. So let me go back into the filters, property type, mobile home. Just click this. Click it. There we go. Now let's take a little look-see and come into the spots we like. So one thing that's going to give it away. So here's Sierra Dawn. This is, and you got to kind of research this yourself. These are all on owned land. Estimated value $315. That looks nice. Whereas you come right here, and you're going to see, this is going to give it away. This is still on South Lyon, but you're going to see this number 139. Oftentimes, that's going to give it away that is on leased land. And as you can see, since you're only paying for the mobile home, you are, it's pretty much, shut that. Yeah. You're just paying for the fixer upper, okay, being sold as is condition. Let's check out some of the comps here. And again, you're going to want to make sure you're just putting mobile home in here and just searching within this park. Okay, so because right now it's pulling up and I know the streets, so it's saying, oh, you're like, oh, okay, cool. So yeah, let's look at some of the comps here. This is probably right. Somewhere you're seeing that it's on leased land. Okay, so somewhere around 55, 21. But right here, it's very close to it. You can see that it says 100. Now it jumps up to almost 200 grand. 40 grand. So it's all over the place. And you're like, what is the difference? Well, those three things are the difference. It's on leased land. It probably is. Let me see, what year was it? 1976. So it may be before, the HUD law. And then it probably doesn't have permanent foundation, which when you're in leased land, it doesn't even matter. Don't put a permanent foundation on there. But those three things can kind of help you figure out, oh, okay, so this must be in a park with leased land. Therefore, I have to comp it between, though I have to comp it with the other mobile homes in the same park. So that's the main point. Stay inside that same park and you'll be good. But really quick, let me just go over like why we love it, why we love mobile homes. They make great wraps. If you don't know what a wrap is, that's where you can purchase it on seller finance and then you can sell it to somebody on seller finance, and you're right in the middle. You can add equity, you can get passive income, monthly payments. They make great real estate tools, investments, I should say. They're actual amazing vehicles for investments. And then also, they make good rentals too. As long as you know who to look for. But it's cheap to get in. It's cheap to get into. If you didn't have a lot of money, I came from a musical background, so I didn't have a ton of money, but I found a great deal, and then we just fell in love with the niche because you can expand. You can get a whole bunch of these, or you can start buying mobile home parks. And I think just the way that it's set up, there's always going to be a need for affordable housing, and that's kind of where mobile homes fall into. And that, that's something special as well that Lauren and I love to be a part of. So if you guys come across any mobile homes and you need help comping it, or you want a buyer, think of us. We'll pay you a fee, and if you just bring us a lead, we'll pay you a referral fee. We want to work with you guys. We want you guys to be right there with us, learning about real estate, learning about mobile homes. And, we do flip stick homes too, but I did notice that a lot of people have been sending mobile homes to me recently, and they're just like, I don't know what to do with it. So, let's make a quick video on it, and that's what this is. If you guys like this video, make sure to check out this one where I go over 4 things you must do when renting out your mobile home. Okay? And I'll see you on the next one. Make sure to subscribe and like the video. Peace.